Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I am going to show you how I achieve this Halloween look. So without further ado, let's get right to it. First, I'm going to start by doing my brows. I'm going to be using the Morphe Brow Pomade in Java. Using the setting powder from Fenty Beauty in Butter, I'm going to apply this all over my moisturized face with a flat brush. Next, I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray and just apply this all over the face. Next, using my favorite Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f., I'm going to dab this all over my face. Using the Hourglass Concealer in Silk, I'm going to now clean my eyebrows. And then I'm going to apply the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Rose Ivory all over my face. Any foundation that is much lighter or even a little lighter than your skin tone will work. Here I'm applying the same foundation using a small concealer brush so I can clean the top of my brows. And then next, just conceal underneath the eyes, and I'm using that Hourglass in Silk. Next, using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder, I'm using the color Natural. I'm using a flat brush to just apply this all over the face to help set that foundation. Next, to help avoid creasing underneath the eyes and around the mouth, I'm going to use just some setting powder using a beauty sponge and applying this underneath the eyes and then also around where my smile wrinkles would be. Next, using a bronzer, I'm going to begin contouring the face, and this one is from Morphe. Here I'm using a Morphe contour palette. I'm just going to go over where I put that bronzer all over my face and then blend it out. Next, I'm using the Tati Beauty palette and I'm going to dip into the shade Soothe Matte, and I'm going to apply this all over my eyelids. And the nice thing about this part is that it could be very messy. It doesn't really matter as long as you just blend this out. Next, I'm going to use the color Memory in Matte, and I'm just applying this all over the eyelid as well. On this part, you just have to do like this wind wiper motion back and forth until it smokes out. And again, it's okay if this is a little bit messy because, you know, you're supposed to look kind of dead. Next, using a flat brush, I am using those two same shades and going to do the same thing just underneath the eyes. Using a fluffy brush, I am going to drag the eyeshadow more inwards in the corner of my eyes to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Here I am applying a little bit more eyeshadow, and I am just going to kind of smoke this out all around the eye, and it is meant to look a little bit messy, so have fun with it. Using a brown eyeliner pencil, now you're just going to sketch out where you want to have that illusion and just, you know, put this wherever you would like. I'm just going to put a little bit around my mouth and then kind of everywhere else. Next, I'm going to be using the CC Beauty face paints. I got these off of Amazon, and these do not set. You have to actually set them yourself with like eyeshadow or something. But I'm going to be dipping into this red first. And you're basically just going to fill in all of those like scratch marks that you created on your face. Just fill them in with that normal red. Next, I'm going to be using this burgundy and red eyeshadow to set that wound. I'm going to go ahead and just apply this like on the outside and on the middle of the wound using a small detailed brush. And then using another small detailed brush, I'm using the white face paint, and I'm just going to basically outline this and then use a small concealer brush to kind of blend it out to kind of create that illusion that it's an open wound. I ended up switching between filling in the wounds and then creating the open wound illusion. So here I am just outlining the wound with that white. If you have much lighter concealer, I found that that would have probably been best to use, but here I am just switching between creating that illusion of it being open and then filling in the wound. I also added some black eyeshadow to set the wound. This just kind of adds a little bit more to it to make it look real. And then Chewy Boy being nosy, my baby. For the larger wound around the mouth, I outlined this with the red and I kind of just set it and tried to create that illusion. So the teeth was the hardest part in my opinion, but I actually ended up doing this part like 3 or 4 different times. So just keep a makeup wipe handy. So I did find that using a white eyeliner pencil and marking where your natural teeth actually separate was the best way to do it. And so I'm using that white paint and using just a flat brush. I'm making motions up and down to create almost like a perfect oval. I know that's not how teeth are really shaped, but that's what looked best from what I was able to do. So that's what I'm doing here. And then next I am setting that paint using that translucent setting powder from Fenty Beauty, just because like I said, this paint, if you don't set it, it just kind of smudges away everywhere. So here I did mix that brown and red paint to create just a darker red. I'm using a small detailed brush just to basically fill in all of those areas that are not painted in that wound, and just be very careful around the teeth because obviously it'll mix up and it'll make pink, which just gets really messy and annoying. Here, just using a black eyeliner pencil, I'm just going to outline almost like a skull nose on my nose, and I'm just going to fill that in. I did end up using this liquid eyeliner, which I don't really recommend. It would have probably been best if I just used that face paint and set it with black matte eyeshadow. But yeah, I mean, it worked. And then just using a black eyeliner, I am tightlining my eyes here, and I'm gonna also apply this on my bottom waterline and just smoke that out the best that I can. Just make the eyes look a little more spooky. Next, I'm just going to apply this Urban Decay mascara on my top and bottom lashes. Next, I'm just going to use this lip liner from Morphe in Frenchie to that one side of my lip that doesn't have that wound illusion. then next, to finish off this look, I did apply some black eyeliner. Any eyeliner and lashes should suffice here. I'm using the Eyelure in Marquise, and again, this is just a NYX eyeliner.